Hi, we're Gryffindor, and today we'll talk about what it's like to be at a home away from home. When we asked ourselves what the world needs now, water worried us the most. When we saw the challenge, the land where displaced people settle, we knew where to start. Syria. 13.1 million Syrians are currently displaced, and 6.6 million of them are internally displaced refugees, meaning that they remain within their home country of Syria. Attempts to overthrow the Syrian government triggered the Syrian war in 2011, but a Syrian drought in 2006 initially caused this political unrest. Water is being depleted in Syria and other countries in the Middle East more rapidly than almost anywhere else. Here is Syria. The vast majority is a barren desert of rock and dust. In dire emergency, we need at least 7.5 liters of water per day, and right now, in major Syrian cities, people go up to 4 days with almost no water. We chose to start by using NASA's resources to help internally displaced refugees still within Syria's borders find water. Our web app identifies existing Syrian refugee camps and provides a platform to add newly discovered ones. We also used NASA's gridded population data of the world to map surface water sources in all of Syria. Through our app, NGOs and governments can identify local water sources by clicking on any refugee camp. Our app populates which nearby settlements have groundwater and lists them in order of proximity. Here are the refugee settlements in Syria that we know about through the UNHCR. But this isn't all of them. Data is incredibly difficult to get on Syria, so there are settlements NGOs and aid don't know about. But if you look at satellite images of Syria, refugee camps aren't difficult to spot. We used Google Earth satellite imagery to compile images of existing refugee camps within cities, deserts, and other Syrian landscapes. Because refugee camps have a gridded layout and tents and other structures, unlike the surrounding area, we could train a machine learning algorithm to identify these stark contrasts and enable us to discover refugee camps not known to the outside world. In addition to using machine learning to identify new refugee camps, we would integrate logistical considerations into how to transport water from a water source to a settlement, in addition to all known renewable sources of water. It's important for NGOs and other organizations to know how to transport water. We also would have incorporated a tool for NGOs to use when they arrive at a settlement to determine how much water is needed per settlement, per day, using the number of people, cows, and so on. Here is where we started our project. We wanted to take light emission data from when the war first started to determine the difference between then and now. We thought that it would tell us where the new settlements were or even the military outposts. But Syria is much darker now than it was in 2012. We had to pivot. Let's work together to end the Syrian war and get it lit again. Thank you.